Hello and welcome back. Today, or in this session at least, we'll be looking at the Austrian sprint race. I think I'm starting in 6th.
It's race day here at Spielberg.
Stephen? We'll be,
Points finished last race. Let's aim to keep that momentum going.
okay, so they want us to go on mediums for the whole race, and that looks good to me. Apart from the fact that we're going to end up having to do a pit stop early next time. Never mind, we'll sort it out. So we're starting 7th, sorry. Which makes sense actually, because it'd be 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's see how clean we can keep this, shall we? My hope is very clean. My expectation is not that clean at all. No pit stops bodes well. For us, oh shit. For me at least, no pit stops seems helpful.
Right, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Looks like something happened behind us. Not entirely sure what. They slammed their brakes on in front and I coasted just a smidge longer, which is where that small bump came from. No damage of course, which is good, we can live with that. I don't mind having a little bump as long as no one gets damage. And we didn't, so happy days. So we're 0.3, 0.4 behind Iwasa. No, Iwasa. It always cancels me out because I'm expecting it to be like Germanic, Eastern European sort of pronunciation, but I don't think it is it? So Iwasa, we're just behind him. We're not going to catch him on this corner. And next lap we'll have DRS, which will be helpful. We have already broken DRS with the guy behind us, Sato, which is nice. So clearly we've made a bit of a... Oh shit. No, a bit of damage there. That's not going to do. Slight bump. But it is a mostly clean race, which is good. Slight impact isn't the end of the world. Oh, bit of lag there though. That was not ideal. Not ideal at all. That wasn't great either. Okay. Well, we're certainly not going to get a fastest lap this lap. And I'll be surprised if we get a fastest lap any lap, to be honest with you. Because medium tyres are not ideal, and we're all on them. Or at least everyone around here is on them. God, it got 1:19.8. Pulled away from us a bit there. And we've got up to a bit here. And we've got DRS, which means we'll catch up even more. Although he'll be catching up to Caldwell, so we'll be catching up to Caldwell. We'll knock on transference of DRS. So-called DRS strain, if you will. We did get a fastest sector 1, which helps somewhat. Although we've dropped back a little bit. But that corner is such a shitty corner. And I can drive faster when I've not got people. Shit. But I need to avoid the back of. Fuck you, Vesty.
Come on, you can win that place back.
Our real goal is to stay at least 3 points ahead of Lawson. If we can stay 3 points ahead of Lawson, I'm happy, because then at least we're going into this next race on evil grounds. Even grounds. No, that's the thing that we need, isn't it? We need to beat Lawson more than we need to beat everyone else. Whether that means he needs to... There's 3 DRS zones. Jesus. How much DRS do you need?
Leading our teammate by 3.7 seconds.
such a short track and there's 3 DRS zones on it. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So with Lawson being just ahead of us points wise, we want to stay. We want to be as ahead of him as possible for points in the sprint and in the race, and then we can maybe reclaim first position at the top of the championship again. Because I did earn that, despite how it might seem, and the whinging that I might have done in some of the earlier races about how things went. I did earn my top of the championship position, so I would quite like it back, considering it's only 2 races that have screwed me. I hate Monaco and I hate Baku. I mean, I love watching Monaco, but I hate racing it. I love watching it on the telly, I should say. I wouldn't think I'd enjoy it all that much if I was there. I suppose if you're there, you're not there to watch a race, you're there for the ambience. Ambience? Ambience? However you want to pronounce that word. Oh, I did get a fastest lap. And because of when we overtook him, we've got the DRS! Hey! Screw you, Misty. Screw you. That worked out quite well for us, which I mean, it worked out quite well for me, and I'm sure it was at least moderately entertaining for you at home as well. Or, if you're not at home, wherever you are. In the office, in the car. Just not whilst you're driving, please. That would be bad. And if you happen to be a Formula 1 racing driver watching this, please don't tell me where I'm screwing it up, because I know I'm bad. But also, please say hi. Lando Norris, I know you've got an active account on all sorts of social medias. Don't leave me hanging. Now, for real though, I don't expect anyone. I'll be surprised if anyone anywhere ever comments on these that isn't a person I already know. So, what I should say is, I'd be surprised if someone I don't know decides to comment on these. Because, you know, YouTube's a big place. I'm mostly doing this for me. It's nice to have a project that I can feel good about, and I feel sort of good about this project. And if it goes anywhere, great. And if it doesn't, that's fine, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is that I'm having fun. And if you ignore Monaco and Baku, then yes, I'm absolutely having fun. I'm tired though. But I'm tired like 90% of the time, so that doesn't really mean much. I'm curious where Lawson is in the grid. Obviously we know he's not top 5, because we can see top 5 from the top left of our screens. So I would quite like to know where he's at, so that we can see how much we need to push. But I don't want to lose a place to find out. Something tells me he might be in 6th. I think I just saw a dot that looked like his dot, which seems ridiculous, but it looked like his coloured dot, because all the dots have different colours, don't they? It looked like his one, or at least his team's one. And if it's his team's one, there's a good chance it's him, because his teammate's not been doing so great. Who is his teammate? Is it Sargent? I feel like it's Logan Sargent, which says a lot, really, doesn't it? It says a hell of a lot. Yeah, we are catching up a little bit. A good lap or two, and we might, we're not going to get a good lap or two. The trouble is they're fighting, which means one's defending, which slows them down, and one's attacking, which wears their tyres. They're both screwing themselves a little bit. The key is me being around to pick up the pieces when it matters.
Fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 20.8. This is great. We're gaining by around 9/10 a lap.
Are we? I don't believe that for a second, Mark. I think you're full of shit. Like, I don't mean to disparage good old Mark there, but I don't think he's telling the truth. 9/10 is a ridiculous. I wasn't 2.5 seconds behind, was I? Maybe I was. But that's because I'm focusing on the track and not the times. That'd be why I don't believe that. And again, of course, they've got DRS.
Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
No. No, Mark, don't tell me what to do. As long as I don't get a puncture, I'll be alright. We have gained half a second since this time last lap. That's alright. We can live with that. That's exactly what we want to see. But, again, they've got DRS and we haven't. So we have to drive better, and the trouble is, some of these corners are not my corners. Tight ones like that, but almost hairpin corners. That's a weird name, isn't it? Hairpin. I feel like that one's more like a dog leg, personally. Long sweepy one here, and there's a slow sweepy one here. Can I start accelerating? I can start accelerating. Okay. Fastest sector 2. That's my niche. That's my specialty. Fastest sector 2 is where I get the time. I said it earlier. I'm saying it again now. We're gonna have DRS this next lap. We have really caught up, haven't we? There's going to be a 118 something? Fastest lap again. It was a still 119, but it was bloody good. You need to get Yuri back up to speed, lads, because that is disappointing. 12.5 seconds after 8 laps. I've only just got DRS back. Oh fuck! What happened now? Lost a bit of a win. But we did gain a position, and it was the fastest sector 1 of the race. So, you know.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
He doesn't sound too pissed about the damage. Although I do feel it dragging me to the left a little bit, which is going to be a problem. Slight drag to the left is not ideal at all for anything other than this corner. Hello, Iwasa. Green sector 2, we're still doing okay. Oh, I think Coldwell's got some damage, some actual damage. His tyre's not been fucked, has it? I didn't pop his tyre, did I? Oh, that'd be bad. I didn't mean to. I'd absolutely never mean to pop his tyre. Oh no, it's still out, so it can't have been that bad. Okay, so now we're getting DRS on Iwasa. 9 laps in, nearly a third of the way there. In fact, by the end of this sector, we'll be a third of the way there. Thereabouts, maybe not on time, but at least in terms of sectors. 9 laps, 1 sector. It was a third of 28. I do good maths, me. All part of being in an accounting role in my normal life, my non-YouTube experiences. It's really quite, it can be quite dull sometimes, numbers. It can be very dull just thinking about numbers over and over. Apart from one number, my racing number, which always gives me a little giggle. No, not 44. No, not 73. No, not 12. That's right, 69. Ha ha ha. God, I'm such a child sometimes. Having a little giggle at a number. Whatever will it come to next? To be fair though, it is a bit funny, isn't it? I don't know why it's funny, but it is a bit funny. It's bad though. My son caught me having a little giggle at the number once, and now when he hears it, he has a laugh as well because he. Oh God. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to bump you. He has a little giggle now because he thinks it's meant to be funny. It's not meant to be funny. It just is sometimes. Sometimes things are just funny. I obviously didn't explain to him why it amuses me, because that would be a very inappropriate thing to tell an 8-year-old. Well, I think he was 7 at the time. God, it's nearly 9. He turns 9 next month. That's scary. It's scary enough I'm a dad. But like, you know, it could be... Milestones are always a big deal, right? And although 9 isn't necessarily a milestone, it's you know, it's getting on for. I mean, I turned 30 this year. That's a milestone, and it feels very weird. Oh, Lawson's in 5th. Okay, sorry. Feels weird knowing that I'm going to be 30 this year. Just after the Monaco race weekend. So bear that in mind. We'll be. I'll have to endure Monaco again just before my birthday. Although I will at least get to watch the race as well. Oh, shit. That's a point. I'm not 100% sure what the deal is going to be when it comes to how I'm going to tackle the Australian Grand Prix this year. Oh. Because the race, that was really bad. The race takes place on my son's birthday, but at like 4 in the morning. So that's not a problem in itself, apart from the fact that I obviously I intend to do my recordings, oh Jesus Christ Festy, on those days, which means that I'd be recording on his birthday, which is not really very good fatherly behaviour, is it? We've had a nightmare there, haven't we? Absolute nightmare. We're going to be losing all sorts of pace because of that. And we're just in front of Lawson. Come on, we can't lose the position to him. We just can't. We've got to stay ahead of Lawson. As long as we get more points than him, it doesn't have to be 3 more points. As long as there's more points, that's the most important thing. It was like an old 50s racer now. We are pulling away from him, and he has got DRS. So clearly, what we've done, this is a bit like, who was it? There was someone in the 2023 season who kept damaging their car, and then when their car got damaged, they'd just be faster, even though the whole thing had damaged. Like the wing, a bit of wing at a break off was meant to help them beat fast. Was it Max? It might have been Max. And I remember, the other reason I remember it is because one of the commentators, probably Martin Brundle, was talking about how the engineers would probably be quite pissed off about the fact that no matter what, they do all this really technical designing work, and actually a collision does more good for the car than the stuff that they spend weeks on. And I mean, that would piss me off. Oh, my arms are getting a bit... Okay, there we go. We're nearly halfway there. Halfway there. We're up 2 positions from where we were. We did lose a bit of time because of those issues, but it's not the end of the world. We're ahead of the one person that we want to be ahead of, for now at least, because he nearly crashed into us there. Oh no, he's been overtaken. Oh, we've got a bit of a buffer. Nice one, Porsche. Very nice. That buffer has suddenly got a bit more scary. I can't handle that corner quite as well without the wing. And obviously they're all going for the... He's hit me. He's hit me. We're backing me, hasn't he? It's the only reason it's giving me the bloody pop-up about the tyre damage. See, if I pit now, I'll be back in 20 seconds. And no one else is going to be pitting. Because no one else needs to pit this race if they're on mediums. I wonder if we're all on mediums, whether that'll mean that we all need to pit start of next lap, or whether we'll... Sorry, start of the next race. Or whether they'll do it as a... we all just get to change our tyres. I think we'll all have to pit. Which is going to be interesting, because we'd probably want to put hards on. 40 laps. I know they're not particularly long laps, but Reckon you put the hards on till 25. Oh fuck. And then stick to the softs or the super softs after that. Probably the super softs based on the tyres I've seen. But I don't know if they've got any hards, it might just be mediums. In which case you'd want to do the mediums till about 25, maybe even 30 if you can. And then catch up on the super softs if you need to catch up, or just stay ahead on the super softs if you're ahead. Realistically, we'll be duking it out for the entire race, the way this one's gone. But I suppose that's just part of the course when you keep losing your front wing. Yes, we'll see. We'll see. Whatever the case, I am somewhat glad I've not gone in for a pit stop. I'd rather see what happens rather than throw the race away. But there is now 3 of us, and I am the engine at the start of a DRS train. With very limited ability to steer well. The steering is not going well at all. I've just played a lot on a keyboard doing this. I've driven racing games on keyboards before and it does not go well. I just don't slow fast enough and I don't turn fast enough. How is it Lawson that managed to get the position? He hit us. Disqualify him. Actually, riding the curb there did me some favours. Made my turning circle a bit tighter. We can't disqualify him for hitting us, because if that was the case, I'd be disqualified every fucking race for hitting someone. Well, at least I don't push people around in the paddock like some people have over the years. I'm not naming any names, but we all know who I'm thinking about. Actually, I can't remember who it was. I remember reading something recently about someone getting pushed about in the paddock. So, you know. Oh, I'm doing this on a Friday night. My usual plans haven't happened for various reasons. Shit. So I'm doing this. I was going to do the 3 videos for the weekend in one night, and then do some more tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not doing well, am I? I think maybe I'll do the feature race tomorrow in the morning, and I've forgotten all about the fact that I'll need to do a pit stop on like lap 2 or something. It's fine, it's fine. He's only 3 points ahead of us, it's not the end of the world. As long as we stay in the points, that's a... I know I keep moving the goalposts of what I'm okay with, but you kind of have to in these sorts of circumstances, because I'm not doing as well as I wanted to, and it's all because of those slight bumps. Front wings are very... I mean, to be fair, it was all because of one fuck up that led to another fuck up, right? There's fuck ups all the time. So that corner went well, actually. I don't think we're gaining time, but we've not got the downforce. Maybe that's what we should have done. Maybe we should have gone with that setup that I hovered and deliberated over using.
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip any time now.
Because I shouldn't have braked there. Because it made cornering better, but the but the top speed was lower. Well, I've got the DRS because he overtook me like an idiot. Never overtake just before the DRS detection. Stay in position, then overtake. Because if you can overtake him that easy, you might as well wait until you've got the advantage of DRS. Before you actually make the move. Or at least until it's been detected. Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I am going to be happy just finishing the points, I think. Because it's going to be better in the long run. Well, not better in the long run, but it's going to be difficult now for me to.
Share is ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 18 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:20.7.
I can't compete. I just can't compete with these guys at the moment. That wing has really fucked me. At least I'm the one with DRS. It says it not helping him catch up at all. Oh, there we go. Slight catch up. I swear I cut that corner. And I swear. I'm still torn between what I'm actually going to watch whilst I'm racing. Whilst I'm doing these videos, because I don't normally watch like practice sessions or qualifying sessions, but I feel like probably I ought to. Because, you know, if I'm going to be talking about this stuff, the more I know, the more I consume, the better. But normally I wouldn't bother, because it doesn't really interest me all that much for practice sessions. But maybe that'll be interesting. I remember seeing the news about the Las Vegas one, and I figure I can't be asked to. It's a lot of stuff to watch, isn't it? And I've got commitments. I'll have my own practice sessions and qualifying sessions to get sorted. I can't be watching all theirs and spending as much time on my own.
Caution, caution.
Not sure who span out. Oh, it'll be Sato. Oh, I was thinking someone in front of me had span out because of precaution. But no, as long as I didn't end up half a mile to the left of the track, we didn't have a problem. Bit of an overreaction from Mark there, wouldn't you think? He's been a bit all over with his reactions. Oh, the tyre's looking bad. Like I say, it's not the tyre that screwed me. It's absolutely the wing. You can forget how important they are sometimes. Downforce is very important though. And there is a severe lack of downforce. Yeah, we're getting there. Points are what matters. It limits the amount that he's going to pull away from us. And for this, we get points, he gets points. I mean, there's still time for him to crash out. Still time for me to crash out, to be fair. So you never know. I could end up trouncing him for points. But I don't see it as being particularly likely after a 121. Personally. It would be relying on him fucking up and me not. And lately, I am of the belief that I'm the one that is more likely to fuck up. Because you've seen me drive. Let's be honest. Ooh. So I had to push my glasses up my nose a bit. Glasses up my nose. It's interesting to me that only one person's been out, actually. Considering how tight some of this has been. I'd have thought there'd be more incidents, repairs, that sort of thing. But no, it's only really my wing and Sato that have been a problem. Or Fittipaldi's catching up with me. Well, that won't have helped me. It won't have helped him, but it won't have helped me. So I don't want to lose another position. No matter what, we'd have been better off staying out than getting the wing, because we weren't going to catch up with everyone from 22nd place. It just wasn't going to happen. Wing repairs take too long. And even if wing repairs didn't take too long, even now we'd still be 21st if we rejoined. We rejoin on medium tyres with... Oh, it might have been super soft actually. I suppose there is an argument for take the hit, start with super softs. There is an argument for that. That would be a very tactical play. I'm not sure I agree with it. But we could do it. It could be done. Lap 27. Come in. Except we're not getting points here. I think I might do it, you know. I think I'm going to do it. In which case it doesn't matter too much if we get overtaken by Fittipaldi or Sargent, because we're not going to stay in the points if we do a pit stop. But that's fine, because we're securing ourselves for next time. If they're all got if they're all on mediums, we're on the super softs because we're able to be on the super softs because we've finished this on the super softs. Happy fucking days. They'll have to pit, we won't. We'll have an advantage because we have the disadvantage this time. We might get away with a one stop, they might have to do a two stop. Heck, we might get away with a no stop. I doubt it for super softs.
Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place.
I know, Mark, but don't worry about it. It's all part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. He says, assuming he knows what he's talking about when it comes to the sprint format and the race format, which historically I've not had any fucking idea what I'm doing. But I'm learning as I go, because I don't follow Formula 2, and the sprint weekends always catch me off guard, because they only get one practice session, don't they, I think? In Formula 1, they get one practice, and then a qualifying, and then a sprint, and then the qualifying, and then the race. So I get so confused by it all. And sprint qualifying isn't the same as like regular qualifying, so it's confusing. It's confusing to my basic brain. I'm just a basic bitch. I need comforting and things to be dumbed down and explained to me. Sadly, I haven't had the patience to Google it. I'm getting quite sleepy. This is not good. My eyes are getting heavy. It's nearly 11 o'clock at night, so I suppose that would explain it. No, half 10. Half 10, 20 to 11. That's a reasonable time to be tired, isn't it? Spent an hour on an exercise bike today. That'll, you know, actually pedalling. I wasn't just sat on it. So that's something. I'll explain it. That's as well as for work that I did today, which was brain tiring work. It wasn't physically tiring. Like I said, working in an accounts environment, but there was a lot of thinking today. More so than I would typically like to have to do on any given day. It was quite taxing thinking. Not about taxes, because that's not my department. But I don't get to say that often. That's not my department. See, that's the best we've taken those corners since this fucking race weekend started.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Yeah, I think we're making the right call. It seems stupid. I know you're probably shaking your head right now, watching this. And Ben, if you're watching this and you're paying attention, which I somehow doubt because you listen to it as background noise. If you are watching this and paying attention, there is a logical reason to it. I will have to start the next race on the tyres. At least I'm fairly sure I have to start the race on the tyres that I finish this race on. If I finish this race on these used medium tyres, that are A, slower than super soft, and B, mostly used, which means that I'll need to pit stop early. Everyone will have to pit stop early because we're all on mediums, right? We're all on mediums that we've been on for the whole race. But if I change into my super softs, do a lap on them, they're going to be mostly new, and even better, faster than everyone else, who is A, going to have to pit stop, and B, going to be on the worn tyres for the first few laps, if not longer. Depends how long they stay out on them for. Some of them might do it in the first lap and some of them might do it a bit later. So what this does is this gives me an opportunity to get some distance ahead of them before I have to pit stop. And realistically, the difference in times, the difference in our normal pit stop times lap is going to be that big a deal. Because I'll have to stop again. And unless they're going on to hard tyres, they'll have to stop again. And even if they are going on hard tyres, if they do go onto hard tyres, what will happen is they'll be even slower, because hards are slow. That's how it is. And I'll be on the fast tyres, which means I'll be able to put a gap ahead, as well as having not done the pit stop, which means that realistically, I'll have like a pit stop and a half's worth of time. Christ, they've already finished the fucking race. Just gonna nurse them. We don't need to actually push this all that much. So we're just going to work our way around the track. We don't need to do a good lap. We don't need to try and catch up. We don't need to do any of that stuff because it doesn't matter. The reason why we pit stopped wasn't for this race, it was for the next one. It's a tactical ploy and I hope it doesn't backfire. Because if it backfires, I'm going to be pissed. I think it was a right call. It seems stupid, and people will, oh, fuck off, Lawson. It'll seem stupid, but there's more to it than that. There is more to it than just the moment. And I'm sure tomorrow you'll be as excited as I am to see how it actually works out. I, for one, am very excited to find out. And I look forward to sharing that experience and knowledge with you. But I'm getting tired. It's nearly 11 o'clock, quarter to 11. on a Friday night, and I'd like to come into this fresh tomorrow. I think it's the best chance I've got of actually doing well. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'll catch you tomorrow, and I hope you'll join me then. Goodbye, everyone.